Hello, do you have neighbours? Of course you do. Are they a little strange? Then maybe they are a little like them next door. Fast Fiction Podcasts are delighted to introduce an audio drama from Hand to Mouth Sound Theatre, our talented friends from the UK. Enjoy!
We present an original hand-to-mouth production of David Pollard's play, Them Next Door, with Heather Marshall as Annie and David Pollard as Vic.
Here's your tea.
Listen to that. Just listen. You'd think he'd give it a rest on a Sunday.
Oh, maybe it's only time he gets to do it.
Oh, I'm only sorry that Ted and Vera moved away. They were good neighbours. Never heard a peep out of them from one week's end to the next.
Oh, I miss Vera.
Our sort of people. That was Ted and Vera.
I was fond of Vera.
Oh, he'd never let that fence get in that condition. First sign he'd have been out there, and he'd have done a proper job.
Had his moments though, did Ted?
Never lend him anything. Never get it back.
Unless you asked.
Then it wasn't worth getting back. Remember what he did to my saw?
He did cut the grass for us when you had your back.
Real neighbours.
Pity they moved away.
New life in the country. Couldn't be doing with the smell of manure myself.
Never hear from them.
20 years living next door and then gone. Why they had to sell to them next door, I'll never know.
Bit sudden, really, when you think about it.
Never let on.
Here today, gone tomorrow. What did you say to him that night?
When was that?
You remember? A couple of months before, they left.
Can't recall.
You had a bit of a word, if I know you. Last time we ever saw them properly. To speak, I mean. Wonder what he's doing, him next door. All that banging.
Digging up the kitchen floor to bury her, I shouldn't wonder.
Oh, what a thing to say.
Always rowing, aren't they? Shouldn't be surprised if he does do her in one day.
Never heard Ted and Vera arguing.
Private people, weren't they? Like us.
Always seems to be the same thing they argue about.
Money. He gets it, she spends it.
I hear her on the phone when she's out the back, always ordering stuff, and the deliveries keep coming.
She must know those van drivers by their first names.
Whatever she's buying, it's not clothes. She always looked like she dresses in the dark.
Oh, I wish he'd let up with that damn racket. Can't hear myself think.
Oh, it is wearing. Don't forget your tea.
Be all the same if he worked on something that really needed doing. That fence of his is going to blow down first strong wind, you'll see.
That's what you always say.
And I'm right. You wait and see. Then we'll have words. I'm not propping it up anymore. I'll just let it collapse. Then there'll be words. Wait and see.
You keep your temper. I don't want to fall out with them.
Are there any biscuits? They're at it again. As soon as he gets home, they start.
Oh, what is it now?
Phone bill. Not that I'm listening. Can't help but hear the way they go at it.
Well, at least they haven't started throwing things, though.
Wonder they got anything left worth throwing. Way they carried on last week.
Can't blame him, though. She's always on the phone. And she talks such rubbish most of the time.
Well, I've heard her, thank you very much. Woman's got no volume control.
Well, he's as bad, if not worse.
Do you think that's it, then? We can all settle down again?
You don't think...
What, he's clouted her? No, we'd have heard her skriking, wouldn't we?
Well, just as likely she's clocked him.
They're just taking a breather.
You reckon?
I know. Heard enough of their rows. Any minute now. Ding ding, seconds out, round 2. What did I tell you?
How long tonight? Oh, it ruins the telly.
Nothing worth watching on, is there?
I don't call that entertaining. Not when I'm trying to enjoy EastEnders.
I've a good mind to report them.
Oh, Who to?
The police. That's what they're there for.
Oh, they won't be interested.
No, fat chance. Afraid you're right there. He's had enough. Off down the pub, shouldn't wonder.
Let's enjoy the ceasefire then, while it lasts. Put the telly on. Come here, Vic, and just look. Look what he's done now.
What is it? What was that?
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, come here and have a look.
It's a chicken.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And it's not just one.
That's a cock.
There it is.
And another. He's got bloody chickens.
Why's he done that?
To bloody annoy me.
Perhaps he likes eggs. Can he do that?
Seems like he can. Now we're going to have that racket morning, noon and night.
He's got them a little hen house. Oh, nice, isn't it?
And what about the fence? They'll get through. Oh, God.
Oh, he's got them in a wire pen. It goes round the little hen house. Oh, he seems to have thought...
The time to ask us. Ask if we minded.
Well, we don't talk, though, to them, do we?
He could have come round, or he could have just shouted through the wall. He must know we can hear them through the wall.
He's come out now. Oh, come away. We don't want him thinking that we're spying on him.
What's all that wood he's got now? By heck, he's only mending a bloody fence. Well, that's the result. Won't make up for the racket those birds are going to make.
Oh, come away, please.
You know what'll it be next, don't you?
What?
Vermin, that's what. Rats and such like.
What do you think?
I know. There'll be all that chicken feed. Birds got to be fed, haven't they? He won't keep it secure. Rats will have a feast.
Oh, I never thought. I don't like the thought of that.
Then there'll be the foxes.
What foxes?
Urban foxes. Town's full of them, according to the papers. They've come in from the countryside looking for easy pickings.
Oh.
And it won't be just chickens. They'll go for cats as well.
We don't have a cat.
We might have had. Shows that he doesn't think about others. Selfish. That sort are. And they take liberties. It's like living next door to a bloody episode of The Good Life.
Well, that nice Tom and Barbara never yelled at each other like those two do.
I think I'd better have a word.
Oh, no, Vic. Leave it lie. We don't want falling out.
Well, I can't let him away with it.
Oh, but like you say, at least the fence is being repaired. That's been annoying you for months.
I still think...
Oh, just leave it, Vic. All right?
All right. What's for dinner?
Chicken. I've been looking out the bedroom window.
And?
You want to see what he's doing?
Huh?
All that concrete he had delivered? And the bricks? You want to see what he's doing with it?
Well, I suppose he's building something.
But what? You go and have a look.
I just got settled. And you know it's my crossword time.
Pop upstairs. It won't take you long.
Oh, can't you just tell me if it's that important?
No, you've got to see for yourself.
Well, I don't expect it's going to go away, whatever it is.
Go and look.
Oh, anything for a quiet life.
Bloody
Bloody hell. I mean, bloody hell.
I thought you'd be pleased. So, what's he doing?
Well, it looks like a pigsty. He's building a pigsty at the bottom of his garden.
He's going to keep pigs?
Well, he's not building it for fun. It's a bloody great thing.
Victor, language.
Sorry, dear, but he does get my goat.
Oh, and what about the smell?
What about it? If I wanted to live next to a farm, I'd have moved to the country. That's the place for livestock.
Can't we do anything about it?
Suppose I could call the council. Bet they won't do anything, though.
I would. You know, worth a call.
I'll think about it.
is it, do you reckon?
How long's what?
Well, since we've seen her. Her next door. Him next door's wife.
I don't know. Don't pay much attention.
Well, her car hasn't been there either.
How long do you reckon?
Must be the best part of 2 weeks.
I thought it had gone quiet next door. I was enjoying it.
He's still there.
And the chickens and the pigs. How he got council permission, I'll never know. He must know someone.
But where's she?
Maybe he has done it.
Done what?
Done her in. And buried her under the kitchen floor. Or under the pigsty. I would have if she was mine.
Would you?
No, not really. Of course not. Just the way I'm saying. You know.
Well, I hope you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. You know me.
I hope I do. Do you remember the last time we heard them rowing?
While back. Funny, you get used to it somehow and don't take too much notice.
That last one was a big one, though. You remarked on it at the time.
Ah, right. And there was all that banging, cupboards slamming and all that.
And you said at the time there could be some damage done. Someone getting hurt.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I was going to go round, wasn't I?
You said you were. You had your coat on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was the last night. It was really cold. You told me not to get involved.
That's right. I said it wasn't our affair. I didn't want trouble.
Then the shouting stopped. It all went quiet except for what sounded like someone clearing up.
So you took off your coat. Best thing all round.
That must have been a month ago.
And we haven't seen her about since then.
Must be. And the next day her car wasn't there.
And we haven't seen it since.
But he's still there. Goes to work as normal, comes home every night.
He finished the pigsty.
Bloody pigs arrived.
You don't think
What?
that he's done it, like you said, and buried her under the floor or in the garden?
That last row was pretty violent.
He could have, you know, in a temper.
Or he could have been planning it.
Do you think? Are people like that?
He built a pigsty. He dug up his kitchen floor.
Oh, makes you shudder just to think about it.
Christie did it. So did Cribbin.
That was years ago.
People don't change.
Do you think we should?
Not sure.
He was a nice young man.
Who?
The detective sergeant.
Very polite.
He said we'd done the right thing, informing them.
I have to say, they didn't hang about either. You can say what you like about our police force, but they took us seriously and no messing about.
Just a couple of days and they were round there.
I suppose they had to make, inquiries before they really got down to cases.
Then they really got going.
Made more noise tearing up his kitchen floor than he did. They certainly meant business bringing in that compressor and the jackhammers.
Didn't find anything, though.
They should have listened to me. He would have been too smart to bury her in the kitchen. That bloody pigsty, that's where they should have started.
Well, they got there.
Eventually.
It was finding those bones under the lawn. That's what held them up.
Couldn't be her, though, could it? Wouldn't have decomposed so quickly.
Oh, don't talk like that. It gives me,
Anyway, they're in the right place now. They'll have that pigsty floor up in no time. Then you'll see.
Vic, come here.
What?
Come here now.
Bloody blimey.
It's her, isn't it? She's back.
Bloody hell. That was embarrassing.
Oh, I don't know. The sergeant was very reasonable. Nice young man, really, and very polite.
His boss wasn't too pleasant.
Suppose not. Still, he had gone to a lot of trouble. All those policemen and the diggers and stuff. Lots of public expense, he said.
Yeah, he put us in our place all right, didn't he?
Well, they had dug up his garden, and they'd had to knock down the pigsty, and they were removing all that concrete.
I suppose he'll be livid, him next door. All that work. And I expect he'll be starting all over again. All that racket again.
Won't they put it back for him?
Don't expect so. He might get compensated, but that'll take some time. He'll probably have to apply for it, all those forms and things.
You don't think he'll come after us for compensation?
You'd better not try.
Not our fault, really.
How were we to know they had a place in Marbella? And she'd taken herself off there.
He might have let us know.
We're not to blame for putting two and two together.
They did find something, though, didn't they? Not all a dead loss.
Who'd have thought it, though? A 900-year-old skeleton in his backyard, under his lawn. Now, who's that? Have a look out the window.
Oh, Vic, it's him! Him from next door.
Oh, not just him. She's with him.
Can't we pretend we're not in?
The car's on the drive. They'll know we're in.
I'll put the kettle on.
I could do with something stronger than tea. Where have you hidden the scotch this time?
Oh, I'll get it. In fact, I think I'll join you.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that.
I thought he'd be livid. All his garden torn up, his house pulled to bits.
I would have been.
Yeah, you would. I know you of old. Here's your drink.
And it was all down to us.
I said we shouldn't have called the police.
Get away. You were all for it. When I had second thoughts, you said, no, it's our duty as good citizens.
All right, we're both to blame, truth be told. Mind you, I think he could see how he'd left themselves open to suspicion.
Still, did you see how I got my side of things on the table? Let them know about all the noise and disturbance.
Yes, when you saw that they were pretty reasonable.
Didn't realise how thin the walls were. Likely tale. We'll see how long they last.
Fancy them finding another skeleton under the lawn just before she turned up again.
I think that's probably why they were so relaxed about everything.
Well, how do you make that out then?
I think they've got stars in their eyes.
Eh?
Well, for a start, the local rag sent a reporter straight round. Front page it was on.
Well, who'd have thought? Our street being built on top of a medieval graveyard.
And the university sending people round to make an assessment.
Well, it is quite exciting. She said the university people were excited. They were going to do a proper dig. That's what she called it.
They'll make even more mess than them coppers. And I hear they don't put it back when they've dug it all up.
Still.
And they'll be at it for years. All that mud and racket and then next door's garden like a bomb site. I'm starting to miss them chickens already.
Do you suppose...
Suppose what?
Do you suppose that this graveyard might be under our garden too? Even under our house?
Shouldn't wonder.
Oh, I don't like the thought of that. Skeletons under my lawn, under my floor.
It's only bones. But hang on a minute.
What?
Well, what if these university people want to dig our garden up?
Well, they couldn't just do it. We'd have some say, surely.
Be difficult to say no, wouldn't it? With everybody else getting dug up. Wouldn't want to be seen to be, well, you know, not being...
Yes, we wouldn't want that.
Spent years on that lawn.
Oh, you have.
Oh, bloody hell. That was Them Next Door by David Pollard, featuring Heather Marshall as Annie and David Pollard as Vic.
And if you would like a little more information on this production, please go to handtomouthsoundtheatre.com or FastFictionPodcasts.com. Until next time, thank you.